Yeah, no, I do like just a wild cold open. I don't really.
Yeah, let's. Well, I don't care. I thought we started 7 minutes ago.
No, that's
Just tech for the first 7 minutes.
yeah, basically, yeah. It's just us like me plugging shit in. That's my intro basically. I do it kind of garage bandy where you can't really tell when it starts or not. But
Dude, GarageBand, that's where all creativity stems from.
yeah. Everybody, welcome to the podcast. I've got somebody I've been watching on TV in the show.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that a fair?
You put it on the TV. It's not on your phone when you're on the bathroom or something.
No, you're living room. You guys are living room entertainment. You're living. I mean, your sketches are for the bathroom.
Yeah.
But the breaking points, the Fridays is that goes right here in the living room.
Wow, what
yeah.
an honor.
Yeah,
what an honor.
It's a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's really not. You're about 20 feet better than you think you are.
More people are watching YouTube on the TV than ever now. Actually,
I started during COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, welcome to very funny, very talented, and politically astute. Would you call that commentator? I'm a
fucking YouTuber.
You're a YouTuber? Okay, another YouTuber. All right. Griffin Patrick Davis. Do we go all three names for you?
You know what? I haven't decided. Maybe we'll find out on this. You know, you're the Hollywood guy. So
I'm the Hollywood guy.
So I want your branding advice here.
Well, Griffin, you have a unique name.
The first name is unique.
I mean, like I have the name Matt Lewis. Yeah. Like for IMDb stuff, I'm Matthew Ryan Lewis because there's so like
right, makes sense.
If you do Matt Lewis, there was an MSNBC guy named Matt Lewis.
Okay.
One of the Twilight dudes was a Matt Lewis also. So I just went with the middle name. You have a little bit more. Davis is obviously, out there and
whatever.
People get you mixed up with Gina Davis or whatever.
Sure.
Or Baron Davis.
Well, I'm getting. Well, for a second, I was scared because there's a kid named Roman Griffin Davis who he was in that the movie about the Taika Waititi movie about the Hitler movie. Remember that one where like Hitler's the kid's best friend. Jojo Rabbit or whatever?
Yeah. Okay, right on.
Roman Griffin Davis.
Okay.
And I was like, I got to smother that kid in the crib.
Okay, yeah. You have to go back in time to do that.
And I wouldn't kill Hitler. I'd kill him.
Okay, you just go. Priorities. You'll make it in Hollywood with that kind of attitude.
I got to fix my IMDb first before we fix the world.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you have to lift yourself up, and then you can knock other people down. That's. Dude, no, seriously, I do want your stuff. I love that you kind of got your feet in both worlds, man.
Yeah, which I would not really recommend to anyone.
No,
I don't know what. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense from a branding perspective that I'm putting out a comedy video, and then I'm like, and here's my like political opinion too.
Yeah,
like, I wouldn't really recommend that to anyone, but that's what I'm doing. So we'll see.
It's very hard. I feel like I've only seen a couple people. Even on like a spectrum of political beliefs that do it really well. I have like everybody has their own political takes. Some people don't want to keep them. I don't love everything Bill Maher says, but he's got like a 30-year history of, free speech and kind of F the government. He's kind of gone off on his own little way right now, which I don't disagree with everything he says, but I don't agree with everything he says either. But it's so rare to see a good, Lewis Black and Jon Stewart were two others that really do it. Roy Wood is someone who can really who's doing it really well. Trevor, but it's not a very commonly treaded path.
For sure.
How'd you? Who were some of your influences when you growing up, man? Did I just name them all?
I mean, so I've always been like into comedy and into like filmmaking or whatever, and the politics thing was always just kind of like an interest of mine, and I have like no business being on Breaking Points. Or speaking to that audience.
Well, you're not quite Ryan Grimm's level.
I have no business being there.
Yeah.
I do make the show every day for them. I make the slop they consume, of course. I've done it for years now. But it was always like a hobby. I watched Crystal and Sagar for like a couple of years, and then they said on a clip once after they went independent, "Hey,
we need a producer."
And I was like, "Sure." I set my hat in.
Hey, I'm an entertainer. I need a day job.
I did one interview phone call. It lasted 20 minutes, and I guess I did well on it.
Yeah.
And I hung up, and I was like, "Shit, I think I got the job. God damn it."
It's like every creative's nightmare, and every to have a job, and then also
But I guess what I like about the politics, what I like about doing the Friday show and talking about politics is like, you know, obviously, like, I guess I'm a leftist or whatever, but I think, and I love all the lefties out there, but they're all very self-serious, and it's not very entertaining. And I think that is the problem with leftist content, is that it's really just preaching to the choir
internalized,
that's already kind of bought in on it,
like echo chamber-ish.
And I would like more people that are non-political to find it entertaining and to want to like engage in it on an entertainment level first, and then maybe they'll get some political perspective second. But yeah, that's how I guess view it. But I do try to keep them kind of separate still, because I don't know, it is a tough balance, and it's not like with my sketches I'm not making political points. Like
I thought the gun one, actually, it kind of had one, but it wasn't over the top with it, which I thought was beautiful about it.
Okay, I appreciate
it. I haven't gone through your whole catalog of shit, but but it's I was impressed with it. It was
thank you. Yeah.
Have you always been like writing your own sketches and stuff like that?
I mean, no one's gonna do it for me. I shoot them, I edit them, I direct them. I really wish someone would edit them for me, because that's what slows me down a lot.
That's why I only do a podcast. I'm not gonna jump out of a fucking building or anything like that, or put out a fire with it. It was like, okay, two people sitting and talking. I can edit that. Or I got two camera angles. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one's there if you need it. But yeah. Yeah. No. So yeah, were you like you wanted to go with like comedy and film?
Yeah, so I like went to film school. Like I think when you go to film school, you're very pretentious and you think you're trying to be Martin Scorsese or whatever. And then after I like dropped out, I like made a comedy feature that did well. Yeah. And then I started to realize like, oh, like the things that like made me want to make stuff were those like YouTube sketch channels back in the day, like Good Neighbor, and other kind of like sketch comedy. I was like, oh, like that's like what really got me like into making videos originally. So then I kind of like shifted away from being the pretentious dramatic film school kid to like wanting to make people laugh again.
But you also learn like a lot of the technical stuff, like that's a different way to light this, or that's a less we can do this with 3 people instead of having 18 people here. The skeleton shooting. When I started doing, I'm older than you. I don't know if you caught that.
I don't think so.
Really? Yeah. No. I hide it very well.
I just moisturize more than you.
Oh, fair enough. There we go.
We were born in the same hospital.
Okay. we were in the same. We got substituted for you. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That would have been like, man, he's like 15 or whatever. So like when I first like. I was around for like the early YouTube before it was before I think it was pre-monetization. What was like not college, but Funny or Die.
Yeah, it was college humor,
where you could just put funny stuff out, and it was going to be consumed by people that were looking for comedy. Yeah. And one problem with that, like kind of going by the wayside of college humor like that also, Break, I think was one, break.com. But it's like now if you put something out, it just gets consumed by everybody. And so it gets, it almost like it has to be democratized or something like that.
What do you mean by that?
Like it has to appeal to everybody instead of the niche audience that you were going for. I feel like where it was just like, hey, I'm being sarcastic, I'm being satirical in this, and we're going over the top, we're being absurd with whatever you want to do, and you go, oh, if you need it, do you need a cup for that or?
No, this is just I just fidget.
Okay,
it's my zins.
I didn't know if you needed a cup to spit. I'm from Oklahoma, man.
So you're dipping.
Dude, I've got 2 good dip stories.
Oh.
Yeah. If you want me to tell them,
this is your podcast.
All right, fair.
You can dip for the next hour.
No, I played football in high school.
Okay.
And we had 2-a-days, did you play? Or?
I actually, crazily enough, guys, check out my build. I did play football for like a
receiver,
year and a half.
Receiver, I'm guessing?
But I wasn't very good at that. And I weirdly like hit people really hard. Like
got it out of your system, just kind of.
And so like sometimes they did put me on. I fucking forget what.
Special
I'm
teams?
Not a sports guy, but. one of those like where you're like on defense, but you're kind of on the way far outside.
Cornerback.
Yeah, I was like a
cover the wide
cornerback.
receivers too.
Yeah,
like Deion Sanders, clearly.
Absolutely.
So we'd have like practice in the morning, and we had practice in like August, and we'd eat lunch like at the high school, and I remember. I never dipped. I was never a dipper. I used to smoke cigarettes, but I didn't during football. We had this dude who had the same last name as me, dark skinned black dude. He was a dipper. He was a country boy. Yeah. And coach was always honest about dipping. And he was like, "Hey, how's it going, Steve?" And he walks over, going good. You know, he was trying to hide it, and it was just like, "Good to see you, Steve." And it just slaps him on the back as hard as he can. Like I said, dark skinned black guy like this, like, and then he turned this color afterwards. And it was just like, and that was when I was like, I am never dipping. He was puking his guts out because it was also like hot, humid, and exhausted, dehydrated. It was just like he turned to the Hulk immediately.
That's awesome.
And then one time in college, I was in a frat house, shocker, Oklahoma State, and we had like a little library we'd study in. We'd pull all-nighters, and I had like a can of Dr. Pepper. Went to go use the restroom, hadn't thought about it. Anyway, I come back, go back to my, trigonometry test prep.
Sure.
Grab my Dr. Pepper, take a swig. Didn't realize the guy sitting next to me had turned it into his dip cup.
Oh.
And then I turned this same shade of green. Oh my god! It was like another dude spit, tobacco, and been marinating for.
That's fucking gross. I actually did that for a sketch once.
You went all in. Huh?
Well, it was a live sketch where it was like it was making fun of choice-based video games.
Okay.
So I was the video game character on stage, and the whole pitch was like, wow, like in this video game you can make unlimited choices. Yeah. But the result of every choice was that someone would spit in my mouth. And like no matter what you did, like no matter what choice you chose, someone would spit in my mouth. And by like the third guy, they're like, all right, don't worry, this next time it's not gonna happen. But the guy that comes out is dipping. And he's like, his name was like Spitting Steve or whatever. And
Spitting Steve.
I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna spit in his mouth.
Juicy J.
And they just did a big dip spit, like straight into my mouth. It was a great sketch because you could just feel the audience just so like they were
the cringe anticipation.
It felt like they had been like kidnapped, like and they couldn't get out of the room. It was incredible. So I have been dipped as like you yourself.
Yeah, it's so was it like the guys he just wanted people to spit in his mouth or
so I think maybe the video game designer designed it that way or whatever, but in the premise of the sketch it's just like, oh, well, in this choice-based video game where anything can happen, one thing just keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah, we rolled the dice and who knew? It was just, dude, there was it's fun just collaborating with homies and just like throwing something together, especially when we have iPhones and stuff like that.
It's tough though. It's especially like I think a lot of people out here do live stuff because it's just so much easier.
Yeah. Like you're doing. Are you doing live?
I don't really do live because I'm so busy making the videos now. And like I did some. Honestly, I've done some of my best comedy work live to like a room of 40 people, and then it's just gone. And like
you didn't tape it or anything, or
well, no one likes watching live taped sketch stuff. It just doesn't play.
I feel the same way about stand up.
Well, stand up can work if it's like crowd work or like a really good, like highly produced joke.
Like that's one thing I've found.
So I don't
that's
know.
fair. That's a fair assessment.
Have you ever watched Don't Tell Comedy?
They're great. Yeah.
So people do a special there, and like you can get some clips off there.
It's great. Well, it's good lighting. It's a tight audience. Yeah. Like we were talking about, like the tight audience. I just feel. Well, I mean, like I was just used to like, hey, don't ever put your shit on. Don't ever put your shit up.
Really?
Until it's George Carlin level.
But you gotta
Dave
build
Chappelle.
from somewhere now,
I would. Yeah, I'm from the older system where you could just build through
gatekeepers.
Gatekeepers. You got to go work the club in Columbus, Ohio. You got to go to Kansas City, Missouri.
Right.
You got to carry your bags. You got to get your frequent flyer miles. I
still think that's true in stand up. Like I do think like you can't just like they're like the TikTokers that like walk into like a club, like the comics hate them. Like they're like, oh, these guys have a bigger career than me. They have 100K followers. They suck at stand up and they're getting to do a set. Like I think they hate that, right?
I don't hate them.
Oh, okay.
I don't. But there is a lot of people that do. There is one guy I know who really rocked it from sketch.
Yeah.
Trevor Wallace.
Oh, Trevor's funny, very funny guy.
Funny person, great person.
Yeah.
Works as he was just really strong at the quick, the 1 minute, 2 minute.
Totally.
He was like built for a Vine, TikTok kind of thing. And he's become a really strong stand-up.
Sure.
Obviously, there was that growing maturation that a lot of people in entertainment don't have. Mm-hmm. And everybody I know is say like, oh, he puts in his work now.
Yeah.
Matt Rife is somebody who.
Matt Rife. What about do you know Sahib, or he's an Indian guy? He's in New York. He does great videos. Let me find his real name so I don't like fuck this up. But he's really funny. So yeah, there are a few guys doing it now.
Well, like Matt Rife was already working, and he was he was predominantly doing like black rooms.
You know this guy?
Sahib Singh. I am not familiar with. Wait, does he have like a really long beard? I do not know that guy. I do not know that guy.
He's great. Check him out.
Yeah, like and then like COVID came along, and he was doing these outdoor shows when nobody else was doing anything.
Right.
And they were outdoors. Yeah. They were doing the van thing. They were doing it on top of a van. Him and his buddies. And
people were still pissed.
I mean, dude, we came out here to be entertainers. And it was just like, oh, I did those Zoom shows. I don't know if you ever saw.
No, they should. I mean. Hopefully they've all been removed from the internet.
Yeah, no, it was the worst because you wanted to hear people laugh, but then people were like sitting on their couch and they'd be like just sitting there munching a pizza or something, and it was just like
dark.
It was dark days.
Really dark.
I hosted a couple of them. Because it was like
there's blood on your hands. Yeah.
I'm going to be called up for comedy war crimes.
That's right.
Here we go. I'm going to have to go through a tribunal.
You know what? It's only way to rectify.
That's when I got into watching YouTube on my television.
Oh, cool.
You know, I turned it into basically a streamer because I would watch. I got into watching Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Very
funny.
I wasn't in this apartment. I was in one like 2 blocks away. It was a studio apartment, like 200. Seriously, it was. The place, it was like, I joke about it. It was so small you could use the microwave while you're sitting on the toilet. It was like that kind of, and so I was just like, I came out here to go to the store. I came out here to go to the factory, and it was like, But sorry to mimic about me, but yeah. Have you ever tried stand up or anything like that?
I've done it a little bit. Sometimes I do miss doing live stuff, and stand up is really the only way now for me to do it. I still had these dreams even after the pandemic of bringing my live sketch team back together. We tried it for a bit, but the live scene is kind of dead out here. Even if you're a pretty big star, it's hard to get a full crowd at the Elysian or at some of these alt comedy venues. It's just not there. And I was in New York last year.
Yeah,
and it's just so much easier to do a live show out there.
I feel that LA's venues, a lot of them are too big.
That's one thing for sure.
Like we were talking about, UCB, Franklin
versus Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin is a nice tight room where if you have a few dozen people, it feels hot.
It feels good.
And also, I just feel like the economy sucks, so a lot of people aren't going out.
And it's a driving city. It's very antisocial here. I fucking hate it.
I don't know what LA. How long have you been out? Yeah, because you said you were here pre-COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. So was I moved to LA from Austin. I think
you're the only comic that went from Austin to LA.
Yeah, Austin. Oh my God, Austin is terrible now too. It's like Silicon Valley backwash out in Austin.
Please tell me everything. I've heard varying.
I mean, it's a beautiful city to visit or whatever.
A 3-day weekend. That's what Whitney Cummings called it.
But at the end of the day, it's a small town.
Yeah.
And I respect, maybe it's a little bit different. I was there pre-Rogan or whatever.
And Red Band opened a club there.
It's you can get your feet wet if you're 22 and trying to figure it out or whatever. It's a good city to get your feet wet.
I think it's a third city.
But you gotta at the end of the day, most of the people around you are kind of doing it as a hobby, and that can be really infectious in a bad way. Because no one is actually trying to make this a career,
pay their bills this way,
challenge yourself, be the best.
Yeah,
I like being around people that are trying to be the best because then it makes me fucking try harder.
Yeah, that's why you're on the football team.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I quit, because I missed playing World of Warcraft. But yeah, so Austin kind of crummy. I was in New York last year. I'm honestly kind of thinking about moving back. But
I mean,
New York felt a lot more alive.
Well, you were just there, so you probably got it on your mind too.
I'm there like once a month right now because of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved back to LA recently, like last year, because I wanted to make more videos again. Most of the people I make videos with are out here.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that.
Immediate collaboration. And there's something about being in the room.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I've like with this, I've tried to do podcasts, especially with somebody like remote.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much like, as someone who you watch comedy, there's like some of like the little personal ticks you'll catch, or the nonverbals where you'll be like, now you're going to be like, oh, okay, bottle up because of it. But where you don't catch it when you're in the room. And also there's like the lagging between even on a great Zoom call, it's still
it's
the buffer.
It's tough on breaking points, like, know, and so we have to kind of like establish. I kind of have to be like the traffic guard that's like directing the traffic, or it'll just kind of go everywhere.
Yeah. Give me one second. By the way, guys, I probably didn't introduce this very well. I don't really. If you like news and like kind of like a balanced approach to political news, Breaking Points is like the gold standard to me.
Oh, thank you.
And Griffin is a producer on it. I didn't really introduce that well. It's a couple people from like the left side, a couple people from the right side, but it's not like arguing and nobody's like putting each other in headlocks or anything.
Depends on the segment. Depends on the segment. If we're talking trans or immigration, there can be a little more heat.
Yeah. Sagar kind of butched up after he got the beard. I know. Yeah. But
that estrogen, man. Oh no, it's T. That would be
testosterone.
Testosterone.
Yeah, that'd be.
I don't know.
But it's a great show. It's like one of the top overall YouTube channels.
Yeah, we really, especially after this fucking war, man, we're up there now.
Well, I mean, like whenever Griffin's really involved as a producer on that, and then also on contributor on.
I host the Friday show, the kids show.
So that's what we're talking about in case that people don't know. Blah blah blah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah. Everybody, check it out.
Yeah.
I think it's like a fun way to re-engage more with the news. You're going to get a really nerdy breakdown that's really in depth, but it's very watchable.
And nobody's really beating each other in the head. They're calling balls and strikes on both sides, which I feel is important. Sagar and Emily will say when Trump says something stupid or does something stupid, which you won't get on some channels.
Yeah, they're not MAGA dick writers.
Yeah,
and that's really important. Like I wouldn't be doing a podcast with like Fox News hosts or something like that.
It's not like the old there was an old crossfire with Tucker Carlson and the Jon Stewart and the bow tie. You've seen that sketch, but not sketch, but I call everything's a sketch to us now. But like Crystal and Ryan will call their own side out whenever, and you get like really really good like politicians, like a good faith actors, I'd say, like a Ro Khanna, or I can't think of any others right now, but I've been watching them since 2019. That was like Andrew Yang and Tulsi Gabbard.
Old school.
I was, and then I remember when COVID started, and they were like, "Can we be here?" And it was just like,
right.
So sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off your train.
Please, you're plugging me.
No, I'm not. Don't. I'm not plugging you.
What I like about the show is that we have a very diverse audience. So, if you're looking at like a leftist channel or like a rightoid channel, really the audience is going to be just like all like agreeing with you or whatever. And doing the show is not for the faint of heart, because if you say something, there's going to be a lot of mean comments. And you can't be one of those YouTubers, like a lot of YouTubers I see, who read the comments and they let it like sink into their skin, and then it affects the way they talk and the way they perceive the world. There's a lot of people I'm thinking of right now that I won't name. And you have to have a really, really tough skin for this. To be Emily Jashinsky and to like say something about religion or immigration or trans people on the show and know that you're going to have
you're going to get roasted,
a ton of like roasting, and be able to like
from like a Grimm follower from Grimm's people,
and like people are going to say that you're actually like evil, and stuff like that. You have to have a tough skin for it. But I really like it because after talking to so many people and talking to so many conservatives and stuff, like we really do all agree on like 8 out of 10 issues. Then someone throws trans sports into the mix, and then everything gets all fucked up. And I really think that like that's kind of the mission of the show is to kind of show
the 80-90% of things that people agree on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're trying to feed our kids. We're trying to we're trying to live a good life. We're not trying to, but and then there's like these splinter issues just keep coming up. Yeah. So that I didn't mean to take you off the track. I'm sorry.
I'm on track, man. I can't be any more on track than this.
All right. I took you off. We were talking about like Austin versus.
So I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm very bearish on LA right now.
Wait, bearish means
bearish versus
ambivalent.
Bullish.
Bullish means yes.
Yeah, like I'm bullish means like I've got a feeling this is going to work out. Bearish means like I don't know if this is going to work out.
Okay, my stock market. Yeah, you can see my stock portfolio is garbage. So I don't even know the difference between bear and bull.
Mine doesn't exist.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. Like LA is very antisocial. It's very alienating. Like to hang out with a friend, you need like 2 weeks of coordination to like set up
for a hang to go throw darts at a bar.
Exactly. And I think that bleeds into the live scene.
Yes.
And then I also think that after the pandemic, nothing really truly bounced back. UCB didn't really truly bounce back.
I mean they lost the place, the Sunset place.
Well, yeah, which honestly was probably good for them. But and there's also this kind of there's this change that happened where pre-COVID. And I would say for most of when I was first coming up, you tried to get on a team at UCB and to appeal to the gatekeepers so you could be in like a Verizon commercial or whatever.
Thursday night NBC was like straight UCB.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now like those UCB people that are on teams now, well, they're like chopped liver compared to the people that are making videos. And a lot of those people are in New York.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a few people here doing videos.
And it's not saying they're not talented. It was just
but it's just like unless you're making videos, like no one cares that you're on a mod team. And so it's
the prestige has changed or affected.
And I like that because gatekeepers don't like me. And I was like, that was never going to be like a route for me where I was like, oh, I'm going to like schmooze all the gatekeepers and like get a career. So I kind of like where things are going now, where it's like you actually have to like put out work.
It feels more merit based.
It does feel a little bit more merit based. Now some people will say, oh, it's very confining because you have to make content that works on these platforms, and that can feel a little thin at times.
Okay.
Like the front-facing video, like this or that.
Yeah.
But as we're seeing, I think that Curry Baker kid with the obsession thing, a few other people that are doing more high-quality sketch content. Almost Friday is a good example of this.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I know that one.
They're doing like cinematic-looking stuff that is a lot more meaty than like, oh, hey, like I'm doing a character on my front-facing thing.
Hey, let me do
that.
Let me
do that.
Let me do a '90s reference to. I found that there was so much of that where it was trying to appeal to like I don't know where that was coming from.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm not good at it. I respect the people that have succeeded that way. I respect anyone that finds a way to success.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to be like my route, and I've always had a filmmaking thing and wanting to make things a little meatier, and so I guess that's like what I'm trying to do right now. It's definitely harder, and I definitely get frustrated when I see someone pop off with a video that took them like 10 seconds to make, and then I'm like in fucking DaVinci Resolve, like sound mixing and color correcting, and then bombing.
No traction. It was just like
it's tough, but that's what I like to make.
The algorithm is our gatekeeper now.
It is, but it really is. It's an instrument, and you just have to like learn how to play the instrument. Yeah,
obviously I'm being facetious with it, but
so ultimately I kind of like where things are moving. You have to like really create stuff. And so I like where things are, but yeah.
Also, I feel that it's more of a thing where it's just like, hey, just keep throwing stuff up.
Yeah.
And I use it's going to be all sports analogies.
Okay.
I mean, like a good baseball player, go 1 for 3 is like that's a good average.
Ratio. Yeah.
And also if it sucks, take it down, re-edit it, put it back up. I mean, I feel like so many people, especially in LA, are afraid of like one bad take, or one bad clip or whatever, and so it's I feel like so many entertainers, and so especially in comedy, where they're walking on eggshells and I'm like trying to get it perfect. And I'm like, throw it out there. Throw it up against the wall.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some ones that don't hit. You're gonna have some ones that do hit. Sorry,
you stop apologizing. This is gold.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's why.
You keep thinking you're interrupting. This is a very fluid conversation.
All right, I'm not sorry then. I'm not sorry. Fuck you.
Don't ever apologize.
Oh well, you know.
I think there is starting to be something that I found interesting. There's kind of like
I've been around people in LA too much. I have to apologize to gatekeepers.
Is that what's happening? Yeah, listen.
I'm from the old school.
You got to teach me more of that.
Very Woody Allen. Here we go.
You got to teach me more of that. Because I'll just piss people off and then they don't call me back.
Dude, I piss people off all the time.
You do?
I piss people because I'm not good at being caring if I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a good sketch actor. I've done some dramatic stuff, but I really can't hear you talk about something I don't give a fuck about without going, you know, like the thing they say in LA is like someone's always looking over your shoulder. You're not being very engaging whenever I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? It's just that. So it's just like, yeah, you're right. I do catch myself in clips saying sorry too much. I won't.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to help the edit right now.
No, yeah.
One thing I'll say that I have noticed is there does seem to be now like an actor inflation in comedy, because I think actors are realizing that they need to grow their followers. And so people who aren't comedians but are actors are trying to do like comedy reels to like get their following up, because that's really like the surefire way to like get up there. And the other thing is like,
I just immediately thought of like two horrible examples.
Yeah,
so that was like
exactly.
Jeremy Piven and Michael Rappaport.
Well, Michael Rappaport, he's all political now. I walked by him recently in Soho. He was yelling about Mamdami or some shit or whatever.
He
was in his natural environment,
screaming about a Haitian taxi driver or something or whatever.
Yeah. God, he's awesome.
I used to love him as an actor, but I
know. Yeah, he's like actually evil, but like I do love seeing him in things.
Yeah.
I saw him in the Fallout. He was in Fallout.
Yeah. I had a couple friends on that.
And he was great in it.
Yeah.
But he's pure evil. So yeah, like
he's a bit much.
But the other thing I'm finding now in Hollywood, and maybe you can, because you're the Hollywood guy, you could like confirm this.
I'm the Franklin guy. Yeah.
I think that everyone in Hollywood, in terms of, I'm talking like agents, managers, like people with like power to like greenlight things, they are functionally illiterate.
Absolutely.
They do not know how to read anymore. They cannot read your script. And most people are getting hired now based on their Instagram followings. Like they go to their Instagram page, they see like, what's that like? Even if you're like just a writer.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's how I feel. I feel there's not a lot of constructive thought. There's not a lot. People are afraid to take. They're very risk averse in Hollywood, where they don't. I feel like there has to, as opposed to a script, you need to make the spec. If you have like a feature, especially if you're not like somebody with some kind of credibility, like a Wes Anderson or something where you're like no offense, but like and you have a 90-minute thing, you have a 90-minute idea that's going to cost $10 million to shoot, and you're like, okay, how about if I show you 8 minutes of a crucial scene. Right. That I shot, that I did my fundraising for 10, got $10,000, and we did it in blah blah blah. They are so afraid of risking any money. I think part of that is so many of the studios have become very private capital heavy.
Oh yeah.
There's no I mean, United Artists was a great thing. It's obviously kind of turned into everything else now. I would love for there to be some kind of United Artists thing. I think there are with comedy kind of took a weird turn in the mid 2010s. Obviously, Me Too was real and there needed to be some kind of reckoning, but it also got rid of a lot of fart and dick humor, which like
you're talking about woke 1.0, and now we're on woke 2.0. Which is very different. That's
communicate that to me. Please.
So woke 1.0, like 2018 style politics,
like Harvey Weinstein, he needed to go down. Completely agree.
All that, but then obviously all the over extensions. Someone goes on a bad date or whatever.
The Aziz Ansari story.
But outside of all of the incidents, like the type of comedy content was for sure a certain type of way. And now in dark woke 2.0. It's about saying like fuck you, like trans people are human, and I'm going to be really mean and derogatory in upholding people's rights or whatever.
Yeah, it's over the top with it. It's the overcompensation, and there's always going to be, whenever a pendulum swings one way, there's going to be some people that get hit, and it fucking sucks. And I feel bad for them when it does, but I do feel like, you need to respect people, different ethnicities and different sexual orientations, and everybody's got religions, but also you can't just swing a fucking hammer and hit everybody just because of it.
Yeah, and but I think that people are game for you to do a joke about trans people or anything if they can feel that your heart's in the right place and it's funny. The problem with a lot of these anti-woke rightoid comedians is they do a joke, but you feel like they mean it. They're like, oh, this is actually just more of a speech, a rant, than it is a joke.
It crosses over between art to political or
it's
whatever.
just you actually mean this. This isn't a joke. This is you just whining about trans people as opposed to making a funny joke about trans people.
Yeah.
So there's that.
The Kevin Hart roast, Tony, I know him. Yeah. I started with him. The George Floyd joke, I felt it was kind of lazy.
It's a roast. Roasts are lazy.
It was a 3-hour thing too.
Yeah.
There's gonna. I thought, I'm not a huge Chelsea Handler fan, but she had the best joke of the night.
She's great.
Whenever she said, you guys gonna go to the Middle East now that now you have to sign up for the draft and you only go over there for the Riyadh Festival. That was a very fucking poignant, timely, well delivered joke, and it was probably the best one of the night. Probably.
I like the one where she was like, "Who's warming Joe Rogan's balls if you're here?"
Yeah.
I like that one a lot too. So there's that. And I also think there's comedians now that are coming up that are doing stuff, and maybe it wouldn't have worked in 2018, but it's working now because people feel like you're ultimately your heart's in the right place, and that this is not how we don't do social activism through comedy or whatever. So
there is a bit of that. Josh Johnson is one of the guys who I think is very socially active, but also writes and has a punchline for his jokes. Totally. Where it was Dave Chappelle said the example. Some of them just write wokes and not jokes.
Yeah.
And where the other one was called they want clafter.
Clafter. That's Bill Maher.
Clafter. Where they want clapping and not laughing.
Yeah.
And they want the gut reaction. They want and. I get it, and there's especially if you're doing a fundraiser for a politician, those are the right venue for that. If you're doing a thing for Nithya Raman, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It should be more socially aware, socially conscious stuff. If you're doing, that's the right venue for that.
Yeah.
If it's the Comedy Store at 11:00. May not be a great match.
Yeah.
It's you want to talk about trying to have sex while you're drunk kind of thing.
But also doing politics stuff in LA in particular is not brave because or edge or interesting because everyone agrees with you, right? So if you do a Trump joke, everyone agrees with you already. Yeah. So it's not it's something that you
echo chamber.
It's very echo chambery. Yeah. So that's tough too.
I found something that was great for me. I mean, it may not transfer as much with sketch, but for stand up out here because I'm living here, was basically get out of Hollywood. And if you go to a Long Beach, you go to I did jokes at a biker bar in Paramount.
Yeah,
it was one of my. It was Sons of Anarchy in that bitch.
California's a big place.
And you get out of Santa Monica, and then I told there were these two Spanish girls that were talking. I was the first guy up, and like I said, Sons of Anarchy bar. Yeah. And I was the guy I had no tats. I was the only guy, and they wouldn't stop talking. I was like, hey bitches, I'm from Oklahoma. Can you shut the fuck up? I'm from Oklahoma. I don't speak English good either. Let's get the fuck through this. And the whole crowd of Latin folks were just falling out because it was just in the moment and real. And they were people remind me of that one. It was just it was just you're so many people here, and then once you get out of south of 10, if we're gonna go Kendrick Lamar, you everything that plays there will play in Middle America.
That's true.
I found, and I I don't know how it would work because there's not as many sketch avenues or sketch venues outside of this.
And sketches sketch is a lot more like an alt comedy is a more baked in, for lack of a better word, like woker audience than stand up. Like when you're at like
less broy.
When you're at a stand up venue, it's like people on a date that are normies.
Yes.
If you're at an alt comedy venue, it's people that also want to do alt comedy, and like that's about it.
Well, the joke we had was people if you're at the Comedy Store, people got a sitter for their kids.
Yeah.
If you're at the Hayworth or Dynasty Typewriter,
Elysian.
Love the places, but people got a sitter for their cats.
That's really good.
That was
That's really good. Yeah.
And I love Jamie, and but whatever. But it was just
that's 100% true. And that's coming from someone who prefers alt comedy to stand up, but it's just a different thing. And like, no one like whenever I tell people to do comedy or whatever, they're always like, when can I see your stand up or whatever? And
it's not my thing. There's a big wider.
But the thing is like people actually, I feel like the comedy that people really remember, like no one really remembers a stand up set. People remember a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah, no, like we were talking about.
People remember a Whitest Kids You Know, Abraham Lincoln sketch,
SNLs,
an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
So there's like a different thing where it's like people don't really think of it in terms of live, but I do feel like sketch comedy kind of like has a longer shelf life in your like emotional comedy like mind.
And the phones have been good for that.
Yeah. That's for sure.
More wider broadband, better, faster for making and for consuming, where you can hit a wider audience. You could find somebody in Omaha, Nebraska who may not have ever thought about like, oh shit, this really appeals to me. Fuck yeah, let me follow this guy. Let me subscribe. Let me get his Bitcoin. Absolutely,
I gotta get on that.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, living out here, what did you? I was kind of enamored just by I'm not a fan of his. I never watched the Hills show, but
Spencer Pratt?
The Spencer Pratt phenomenon of Los Angeles.
I thought we were going to be living in the Pratt Imperium.
Prattville.
Yeah. I mean, so it is tough. Like, okay, I'm a member of the DSA. I'm like a lefty or whatever. But
I've had a couple DSA comics on. I love them.
I have been very unimpressed with Nithya Raman. I find her like
this is her district.
people, and I canvassed for her when she was running for city council. So I have put in like my blood, sweat, and tears there.
I think she's a really good person.
I don't even know about that. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But I guess I found her to not be good on camera, which is really important in this day and age.
Yeah.
You have to be able to cut a vertical.
Especially compared to him.
Or compared to Zoran. Like
Zoran is aces.
And like I know the media team behind Zoran and stuff like that. And like they're really creating important stuff. And every politician should be like hitting that level now. And Nithya's just not great on camera. And so I was really kind of like, I'm not really sure about this. DSA didn't endorse her.
That was telling, I felt like.
Well, yeah, because they just didn't feel like she really had it. And to be honest with you, like everyone was like, oh, she's like the Zoran of LA. And
she's like, Indian. I mean,
I guess if you're racist.
She's Indian, but she's not.
It was just she can't really cut a video.
Yeah.
Her policies aren't super clear. It's kind of liberal gobbledygook, bike lanes, whatever.
It turned into that, yeah.
And so that wasn't really strong. And then Spencer Pratt was over here, really grabbing the moment. But there's a few problems with Spencer, though. A few. Like one of them was that he was kind of the candidate for people who didn't live in California. Like every dumbass right-wing Twitter account that doesn't live in California was like, he's like the greatest. He's the best.
I'm going to go to LA and vote because they don't have voter ID. And I was like, it was like, we don't have voter ID, but I'm not. Relax. Stop.
And he got close to top two. And what I would have told,
he may have got it.
What I would have. Oh yeah. You think we're stopping the steal? Should we do a January 6th? Should we?
No, I don't think a January 6th thing. I felt it was odd that as soon as Nithya Raman got second place, the counting stopped.
Well, that is how it works in California, in the sense that like,
and I'm not a stop the steal guy. Just to clarify, listen, but I was just I'm watching this with my eyes, and I'm like,
I swim in a lot of pools.
Yeah. And I'm not a Spencer Pratt. I thought he was funny, but I'm not
hilarious.
Gonna,
So I mean, what happens with like all the counts is that
it takes forever, and
And the other thing is when you have a Democratic electorate that's not sure who to vote for, they vote later. So people were kind of waiting to see if they should vote for Karen Bass or if they should vote for Nithya. Yeah. And Nithya really face planted at the debates. So there was this big air of uncertainty, like, should we even support her? Like, who's our person? So that led to a lot of a later day of like vote thing, and then it takes forever to do it.
And whereas if
you're voting for Pratt, you knew that like a month or two before the election.
That's fair. And so, that's fair.
So there was a lot more early voting for Pratt early. So then that's how he gets that tally closer up. And then obviously smaller districts in certain farther away places are going to be more conservative, more Pratt, easier to tally. But a bigger district, like that's more votes concentrated. That's more votes to tally. Yeah. And that's how she like rises up there.
More multi-unit housing and
but Pratt got close. And here's where he fucked up. Yeah. He let them define him as MAGA.
Yeah. And that is true.
And it's like I see him. He's going on Fox News.
And Rogan.
He's going on Gutfeld. Yeah. It's like, bro, you need to be going on Pod Save America.
Yeah.
You need to be going on Alana Glazer. Like, you need to be going on the Liberal podcast
Appeal.
To show that you
are going to reach across or whatever.
And he was charismatic. And he could have won some more of those liberal voters. Because I think everyone agrees in their heart of hearts that LA sucks.
Something is off.
Something's wrong here. Yeah. The city is run terribly. Yeah. In my view, it's because liberals run this town, not socialist leftists. But people go, oh, it's the left, whatever. Yeah, but anyways,
the corporate Democrats, I call them. Yeah,
exactly, the corporate Democrats. Yeah. The Karen Basses, whatever. So he had a chance if he went on liberal stuff, because early on he very smartly said, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm just running for this city. Yeah. But then he totally goes on Fox News. He's on Gutfeld in like the last week and a half. That's not helping you.
That was a faux pas.
That's not helping you at all.
Yeah.
He's doing interviews from New York City, talking about LA.
That was odd.
It's like, bro, what are you doing? So he could have made it top 2, and he totally fumbled the ball in the last minute. But what this shows is you can have a really successful, like, viral, video campaign. The videos were really well made. He's an incredible speaker.
He's of that the front facing kind of thing.
And some of that was a little bit of Elon Musk flipping the scales on Twitter to like make his shit go more viral.
Probably, absolutely, that makes sense.
Twitter is a ridoid platform now.
It's so not fun anymore.
So I'm still on there, and it is still better than Blue Sky or Threads.
I go there for sports takes.
For which one?
For Twitter.
Really?
Sports is still on for like live game stuff.
I hear the opposite. I hear that like Blue Sky and Threads are better for sports because Twitter's all call-she ads now.
It's so many fucking ads. Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean, Twitter's still good for porn. Okay. I mean that's what 70% of the internet is.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. I'll be showing the feet peaks. There's another camera on below the table.
Right.
Absolutely. So,
take us off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. Yeah, make daddy some money. Here we go. But just because people were on Twitter first, and so not everybody. I use Threads myself. I prefer Threads.
Okay, so for however bad Twitter is, Blue Sky and Threads are way worse, and let me tell you why. It is a psycho box of the worst liberals ever who couldn't make it on Twitter, who have now all shepherded over there and are huffing. There's like a gas leak in there.
And they're just
if you go on like Blue Sky, like they want Graham Plattner to die. Like they do not understand power. They do not understand
nuance.
The nuance. They don't understand where things are moving. Yeah. Which is a populist, honestly, socialist.
An actual democratized.
They are not in tune with that at all, and they have no idea what the real world's like. So I think the cordoning off based on political preference is really, really bad for understanding the world. And I think the majority of people who are still invested in actual politics are on Twitter.
Yeah,
and that's still the real place to get real news, real politics. And I'm sorry, like, if you can't handle a few people with different opinions than you, and frankly, people with insane, annoying opinions, then you should just not do politics at all.
Yeah, you try to make everybody happy. You're gonna make nobody happy, especially yourself.
Plus, all the real journalists are still on Twitter. All the people that break and make news, like
that's why I was saying the NBA journalists, like Shams and
I like
Horse,
what's his face,
Windhorst.
Pablo.
Pablo Torre.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been doing some hard hitting stuff. Well, like the Clippers thing, where he, he's like, hey man, they're paying guys under the table.
Well, well, Pablo realized that all of sports podcasting is worthless. That literally every single sports podcast is bad because no one is actually covering the news of sports. It's
access journalism.
It's access journalism, or just like, I like this team. You like that team.
Yeah.
Like, and there are a million of those.
Yeah.
And that's completely overinflated. And he found, there's this niche of actual news journalism about sports.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why Pablo has blown up so much.
I was a sports writer also.
Oh, cool.
I was a sports writer for the LA Times.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was it was also like the odds where I was like print was going out. So and I didn't have that was actually I started doing stand up after I when that was kind of fading. I was just like, and I was like, if I wished I would have been good at the whole shit, and the broadband would have been ready and all that stuff. But whatever, I could have been it could have been me and not Skip Bayless. Who knows?
It's not too late.
Yeah, no, it's but I feel like most sports journalism is just turned into Kalshi bets and DraftKings, and I liked it better when we was just ball shaving commercials. I didn't know that was peak.
That was the height of integrity. Was ball shaving.
Manscaped.
That literally is the height of integrity, and now it is Sodom and Gomorrah. It is.
TRTs.
It is digital fentanyl. Like this Kalshi and Poly Market shit
like that.
is actually fucking fentanyl.
Yeah.
It is as bad or worse. Like, and people are starting to realize that. Yeah. But just you fucking wait for 2028 because that is going to destroy the election. And let me tell you why.
Yeah.
So let's say you're in a swing state and you're a county clerk for 2028.
Colorado.
Yeah. Well, is that a swing state?
Yeah, it's purple.
It's purple? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's say and you had a bet on the 2028 election. You could make a life-changing amount of money.
Yeah.
$500,000 if you miscount 30,000 votes.
Move this over here.
And that swing state changes.
Yeah.
It is literally going to destroy the 2028 election.
Yeah.
And all of those people should be in jail.
Yeah.
Literally every single person at Kalshi, at Poly Market, should actually be in jail for what they're doing.
Have you been following the Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback?
No. What's that one? Oh, no. Yes, we did cover that.
I didn't know. Yeah.
That went a little over my head.
I went to Oklahoma. I went to Oklahoma State. So anything Texas Tech does.
But he got off. Crime's legal. He can play.
Well, he's also not now.
He's not playing now?
He's going to go into supplemental draft.
What does that mean?
That means they already had the regular draft in. Yeah. They have in April where they're like, the Ravens, blah, 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 the traditional guys, and now they have a supplemental draft for anybody who doesn't. Yeah. And he is not going to play now. They said he can play, but so many schools were like, nobody wants him on their schedule.
Yeah.
We're stuck with him because he's in our conference.
Yeah.
I say we, like I'm the fucking strong safety for Oklahoma State.
But, like I said, it's not too late for that either. Skip Bayless, strong safety.
There we go. Yeah, exactly. So he's going to declare for the NFL draft. I just can't see anybody, any real actual football. He's going to be in an arena league because you got guys that are like busting their ass in the gym for not seeing their kids, doing 20 hours of game film a week, and they're like, and I don't know if the quarterback's going to give 100% because he may have a prop bet
or a friend or a family member that has the prop bet.
Exactly.
And it's like I'm not even a sports enjoyer, but I can't imagine like not seeing this and being like, this has degraded the entire thing that I love.
Yeah, you can't because you're supposed to run through. You're supposed to run through walls for your teammates. That's why everybody loved the New York Knicks because it was very democratized. It was very like, hey, Brunson gave up money. He was a second round pick, and you saw what you were in New York for the Knicks thing.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a basketball fan? Or?
I mean, I'm a bandwagoner.
Okay,
I grew up in LA when the Lakers were winning every game. That was
car
awesome.
flags.
That was sick. So I was there for game 2. And it was electric. I wish I was there for the finals one. That was like such an incredible moment. Like I've never seen the city that crazy. The only thing I can compare it to was when I was in New York when they killed Osama bin Laden, and that was a similar type of crowd. Were you in New York then?
I think I was. I don't know. I was at the Brea Improv.
Oh, yeah.
When it got announced.
Yeah.
It got. I had done. I think I did an opening set or a guest set at Gene Pompa, and he was watching it in the green room. Very funny Latino comic, hilarious monster. He lives in Long Beach actually, and he was like, this ain't even a joke, but they just killed Osama bin Laden, and the crowd went wild at Brea. You know, it was just like it was like what?
Because in New York it was fucking insane.
Oh yeah, because he clearly wronged that city. You know, he killed 3,000 people and gave everybody asbestos and traumatized so many fucking families.
It was wild, and you know, like there's a lot of more politics and nuance around it, but outside of all that, like the city went insane. I remember first I went to Times Square and it was pandemonium. Like I remember like a fire truck was going through and Rob Lowe was on the fire truck and he handed me a beer. Like
it was like a Knicks. It was like the Knicks parade.
It was controlled chaos. In the fact that it was chaos, but everyone was having fun and on the same side. And then we went down to the world. I was like, this is so crazy. We got to go to the World Trade Center. So we took
the site.
We went down to Ground Zero, and it was still the best party I've ever been to was Ground Zero when Osama bin Laden died.
Wow.
Like there were cops doing keg stands in the middle of the street.
They've earned it.
Like they were literally doing keg stands. Like,
we got him. Fuck them.
Like I remember one guy showed up in the Captain America costume. And it was just pandemonium. So like, that was like the closest to the Knicks finals that I compare. It's the greatest
there's a certain energy whenever you got that many people compressed, you know, in a small area, and you got
unison though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You got people speaking different languages, eating different food, but they're all on one page. That's great, you know. I remember. Okay, on 9/11, I was working at a Quick Trip, a gas station, one of those 24/7 gas stations in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I had worked overnight, and I was working nights. It was right after college, and usually I would go to sleep. I'd listen to talk radio, and you can see where I like breaking points. Anyway, like the guy that was on usually when I went to bed around 7, 8 in the morning, it was like I still heard him on like later, and I was just like, it's like 10, 11. 10, 11. Why is he still on? He's like, he's talking like something's really happening. Because it was usually like the sports guy after that. And then I was like, was buildings fall down? I was like, what the fuck? Because I thought it was going to be like
this is the morning.
This is the morning of 9/11.
Yeah.
I thought it was like whenever they had a U-Haul that tried to blow up in the 90s. And I was just like, all right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Like, fuck, you know. And then I got called into work that night because everybody was on like running for gas.
Right.
Like even in Oklahoma, they thought like we're going to be out of petroleum. People were hoard buying. Okay, you thought COVID was bad.
I love the Tulsa people going, it hit Manhattan. We're next.
No, yeah,
Tulsa's next,
bro. There were, okay, there's so many more stories like that. And people. So I was working at night, and I had this Nigerian boss. It was a Mexican neighborhood, and he didn't speak English well. He spoke Spanish even worse. And people were coming in buying cartons of cigarettes, beer, milk. We were out. Everybody was buying all the newspapers to commemorate because there's going to be some collectors. It was weird. I'd never seen anything like it. We couldn't. People didn't know what was going to happen next. They thought it was War of the Worlds. And it was the weirdest time. People buying ice, stockpiling ice because they didn't know if the electricity grid was going to go down, and it kind of did. You know, a few months later in the blackout, and then. It was a weird fucking time. I remember that.
I mean, for me, I was in fourth grade. I had almost no context. And I was in California, so you wake up and it's 3 hours behind, so it had already happened.
Oh, so you woke up to it.
I woke up to both towers already hit. And my parents had it on the TV but didn't explain it to me at all. I go to school, and what happened is and then you know I've heard over the years this happened to like every kid that was in school that day, is that all the my teacher just wheeled in the TV on a cart and just turned it on, and then just no context, didn't explain to us what was happening.
Let Katie Couric do it.
Just like dropped it. And we were just supposed to figure it out. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess it was like that. I was school that day.
Yeah, that was like,
it.
whenever they had the scares after that, they had the anthrax scares.
Oh, yeah.
I remember there was I found out there was this little town. It's not like 10,000 people. It's called Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Someone had threatened to like ISIS or no, it was Taliban, I think at the time, was going to blow up the Walmart Supercenter in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Of
course.
Yeah, naturally, because that's, World Trade Center, and then they're
what's the second most important building in America?
and it was like people were like, they had called out like all the city, and it was probably somebody who had a hangover and didn't want to go into work that day, like a stalker who just like called the place in and found out later. It was just like,
I wrote this sketch that making fun of LA because the sketch
how dare you?
The sketch premise was terrorists take over a plane to do a 9/11 in LA, but they don't know what to hit because no one cares about LA and there's nothing worth hitting. They're like, what do we hit? The Hollywood sign?
The Grove?
It's like, we hit the Hollywood sign. Well, there's no one in there.
Yeah, there's no.
What do we hit? The Santa Monica Pier? Okay, I guess
we'll get the Ferris wheel.
I guess we could hit like the Star Walk of Fame. That'd be doing LA a favor.
Oh God, it smells like so much urine over there. I can smell the urine from my place. Yeah, you probably can too. I guess like a farmer's market or something. I don't know. A Lakers game, a Dodge. Well, now that Otani's here, probably the Dodger Stadium.
I guess. But it wouldn't have the same impact.
I had one idea for an LA sketch where there's like it was like kind of like reenacting Heat, but they have to stop. They're on a chase scene or something, and they have to stop and valet their cars. And then the cops have to valet their cars.
Nowhere to park.
It was just like, that came from Cedar Sinai. It's the only place I ever saw where you had to valet. Anyway, are you good?
Actually, can I hit the bathroom again?
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Okay? Go ahead. I'm gonna do my my THC ad if that's cool. But
ads? Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, you gonna be able to hoop that? Sorry, that cord. Hey everybody! Well, Griffin is taking care of other opportunities here. I want to tell you about my friends at Goodfields. They have a THC-based soda, THC-based seltzer. Come in multiple flavors. A lot of pineapple, mango. My favorite is the orange blood. They also make gummies. They also do pre mixes with water. If you're not a seltzer person, you can use the promo code OV points, save 20% off that. You can get them in 6-packs, 12-packs, 24-packs. When you see the price, it may look large. Just remember you're looking at a 6-pack, 12-pack, or 24-pack. It's a way to help out the show. There is 0 calories, 0 alcohol, 0 sugar. Check out my friends at Goodfields. My favorite is the blood orange. Like I said, and use the promo code OV points for maximum savings, and you can subscribe and keep doing that, and it will save even more. And back. Yeah, man. That way I've had to learn I had to learn filmmaking.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, there we go. I'm doing. I cut this on iMovie, not even DaVinci, dude.
They still have that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got an old. I got a 2022 MacBook, so it's still on there. It's still. DaVinci's free, right?
The base version of DaVinci's free and is really good.
Yeah,
it's really. I love DaVinci.
This is how old I am. I remember when you bought software, you just bought it.
Dude, I remember growing up, like it was really hard to get editing software because you had to buy the Final Cut Pro box that was like $400, $500.
Yeah.
I mean, filmmaking was, for most of my time as a kid, totally like economically not available to most people.
It was. It's become a lot more open, I think, like that, especially with like I said, just throw it up. Someone's going to be slop. Mm-hmm. Take it down if it sucks, and you have to have that freedom. You have to give yourself the grace to fuck up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's my feeling on that. I don't know where we're going, but I don't know where we were talking about. But
so you've never heard of Dark Woke before?
I'd never heard. I'm not as online as you are, brother.
That's good. That's good. You seem happier than me. That's probably why.
I'm a good actor. What can I say?
So let me give you the origin story of Dark Woke. So
I remember there's like Dark Brandon, the Biden.
Well, there's a little bit of that. Yeah. But basically after Trump won, like a few months after, there was this iconic image. And it was it said, my grandma voted for Trump.
Okay.
And I pushed her down the stairs.
Jeez.
And it shows the grandma like at the bottom of the stairs, like falling or whatever. And that was the origin of Dark Woke. It was like being crude, mean, and nasty. You know,
over the top with it. For the better cause.
For the better cause. That we're not playing nice anymore.
Yeah.
There's no.
When they go high, when they go low, we go high. The 2016 Obama.
Dark Woke is going as low as possible for your side or whatever.
I get the idea, but I've seen it. I've actually felt it where because like I say joke. I have a joke or not. I don't do my own material here, but it was like I say born in Oklahoma, live in LA. I try to explain to people I think gay marriage should be legal but not mandatory. And it's just like, hey, we can find a
what would mandatory be? That everyone has to get gay married?
Every marriage has to be gay. Abortion should be legal but let the doctors use handguns. No, it was just you have to find the compromise, and it was just like, but not really, but it's just like the absurdity, and like some people when they get really hard on their team, and I think I saw it with conservatives first, just from being born in Oklahoma, and they were the broy, I played football, was in a fraternity, I get it, I was around oil guys and farm guys, they were the aggressive ones first. I felt like, especially my age, where Iraq war, fuck that, these colors don't run, blah blah. I saw Black Hawk Down, I'm ready. And I was when I saw Black Hawk Down, I was like, maybe I should join the Rangers.
I mean, that's how good that movie is.
Michael Bay, hats off. Yeah,
there's like, there are some conservative films that I absolutely love. Yeah, like I that one's really good. Yeah. I get a kick out of these. I wouldn't say these are good, but like I get a kick out of the God's Not Dead series.
It's the
Kevin Sorbo Hercules?
Oh God, I don't know.
Okay, so
I know Kevin Sorbo's like big in the right wing, in the right wing side. Yeah,
it's about God or whatever. Yeah. But those are really funny.
I love the way you say God or whatever. Or whatever. Yeah, very LA.
There are like right wing films that are really good art, because
Landman is kind of
Landman is awesome.
I think you're a Texas guy. I love Landman, and I've had like my dad. We've argued about this. He's like, oh, it's a commercial for the oil industry. I go, have you been around people that work in the oil field? Yeah. That's how they talk, bro. Yeah, I've got friends that have their own pipeline companies and stuff like that. Just from frat stuff. And it was like, no, they think they are gods. And
also I think like the way that I want to experience art is like, I don't need my politics reflected back at me. Like I watch movies to learn how other people think and how other people
feel something,
and how other people see the world. Yeah. And so that's what interests me.
No, just to clarify, my father's in Oklahoma, but he's not. He's a yellow dog Democrat. He's one of those guys. He's a union guy.
My dad's a Spencer Pratt voter. So.
Oh, well, fair enough. There we go. I was gonna I made spec T-shirts. I'll show you afterwards. I was gonna sell them. I'm not a fan, but it was good. They're called Pratt Boy Summer. That was.
We were so close to that.
I was just gonna sell them and make money. I'm not gonna donate it to them. Fuck that. I'm gonna fucking donate it to my bar bill. I don't give a shit. But I just thought it was funny, and it was just like I was gonna capitalize. If they're gonna if everybody else is gonna opportunize, I'm gonna opportunize off of it too. The
Landman fucking rocks.
I don't watch a lot of his Taylor. I watched one. There was like a fire one.
There's a bunch of them now.
There was a 90-minute movie I happened upon on Netflix. It was like about like some kind of fire crew or something like that.
What I love about Taylor is he also like is totally like he like makes the studios like pay for his horses. Like they can only use like his horses on the sets. Oh jeez.
Well, he's got that clout now.
Yeah, he knows. He's like Shonda Rhimes for white people. Shonda Rhimes is like, she's made a bunch of shows. Okay, she's like, she's prolific.
I'm stupid on some things. So
me too.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking of Leanne Rhymes. Sorry, that's why I was just like, is she a country singer? And you're from Austin, so like you were around like some really good filmmakers, like a Linkletter, like a.
I was hanging out with them all the time.
Stop being a dick. All right, but like people that probably you probably consume their stuff, and you're like, oh, this guy shops at the same Walmart I do, or whatever, like a Mike Judge,
Yeah, sure.
Robert Rodriguez, was he Austin also?
Yeah, he's Austin also. Those are all, I would say, more liberal like type creators. It wasn't a lot of like conservative filmmaking in that sphere in particular.
Well, I mean, Austin. They always said Austin was the LA of Texas or something like that.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
And like I don't know what it's morphed into since post COVID. Like I said, the stand up clubs. I've liked Rogan. I don't think he's George Carlin. I don't think he's Richard Pryor. I
don't think he's a comic.
He's had some really good bangers.
But like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, because like to me, and this is not hating. This is just like me seeing like what his output is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he did like a really bad special a couple of years ago.
Oh, the burn the boats, doing it live in that orange shirt where it did not look good. I will grant you that. Running it live Chris Rock did it well when he ran his live on Netflix. I watched it live, and he even flubbed the line and said, "All right," but because he's such an experience, he goes, "All right, let's run it back and do that one." Da da da. He looked nervous, and he didn't look good, and the stuff was, the content was not great either. The material was not great. But like his Kim Kardashian aliens bit, I don't know if you've ever heard it. You'll be like, all right. His earlier stuff. I mean, he was the first Netflix comic.
Yeah.
Him and Galifianakis were like the first ones to.
Totally.
This is the Red Disc days and stuff like that.
So he had his era, but he's a podcaster now.
He's a podcaster. He's a UFC commentator, and he also
and a Trump meat writer.
I don't know if he is. He calls him out on some stuff, but
he's in the White House. You're not in the White House unless you're meat writing.
Fair. That's you're not wrong, but I actually do believe him that he invited Kamala on.
I mean, there's back and forth about all that, and I think the Kamala team admitted that they eventually decided it wasn't super worthwhile.
I don't think it would have helped them as much as it helped. I don't think it would have helped Kamala Harris to go on Rogan. God, we're on a podcast talking about other podcasts. I'm sorry.
That's like half the content.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I hate that. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing in comedy.
Unfortunately, these are big historical moments.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I hope to get big enough so somebody makes a fucking hit piece on me.
That's when you're winning.
And that's the thing, is you have to have tough skin for this. It seems like, because
it takes a certain psychological profile, because I see people that are
sociopath.
So it could be sociopath, a little bit of that.
10%, 15%. Yeah.
But also just like not knowing that people are going to be really, really mean to you, and not letting that affect anything that you say or color anything you say. Really.
It's very hard not to be altered, because like from stand up, if I do a joke that doesn't hit, and it's just like I put you da da da, and then you just like, and there was no laughter, like, dude. Do you watch Weekend Update SNL?
Yeah.
Like whenever Michael Che did that to Colin Jost, where he
made switch jokes.
No, he told the audience not to laugh for April Fool's Day.
That's really fun.
And for like his first 2 or 3 jokes, and so Colin, and it was and then Che was blah, 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 and then he was just like, oh yeah, by the way, I told them not to laugh at you. He's like, oh my god, I thought maybe the really mic's not on, or what? Now I just thought I suck. You were like he was Are you good if we wrap?
Oh, so whenever you want.
Okay, I didn't know what your hard out was or anything like that. All right. He's like, I'm done. I've done one work for the day.
This is my easy day.
All right, clever.
Wrap the show.
All right, getting ready for Friday. Here we go.
Yeah, the Friday show's a little bit chiller, a little more like whatever. Try to include some fun stories in there where we can. This has been a really fun week for the world because we're shutting down the war and.
This week we are again?
Well, for now.
It's Thursday at Thursday.
We did sign something. He signed it in Versailles. I don't know if you saw.
I can't keep up.
Trump signed the memorandum of understanding in Versailles yesterday.
He was in Versailles, or did he have J.D. Vance do it?
No, he went there and he goes, I signed it. I signed it in Europe. And
it's official.
Now all of the worst people in the world are very upset. All the Israeli firsters, all of the hardcore Zionists that have been wanting us to put American troops on the ground. they're all melting down this week, and it's incredible. I'm really enjoying the tears.
It's been very expensive, and it seems. I'm surprised Trump hasn't pulled it off. I'm really surprised. Like the guy who went broke owning a casino in Atlantic City. The guy, fuck him. I also had the whole Trump thing tripped me out because I lived over in a different place.
Yeah.
And I had you have roommates and that kind of thing out here. I lived with a girl who had just been on a reality television show, and so this is how it was like the aughts whenever Apprentice was big. Yeah. She was on a show called Pretty Wicked, and she was like this gorgeous. I don't know. It was like one of those. It's off now. It was women that would just drink margaritas and wear a lot of makeup and fall on their heels and give each other eating disorders to compete. Yeah. And she lived in one of the other bedrooms. And this has got me into how reality stars are. Yeah. She had a guy she went to high school with who would come over and crash on our couch. And she was from, I won't say where, but next town over, got a DUI, couldn't come back, and she was stuck down there for at least a couple of weeks. Dude was still sleeping on her couch. And I was just like, hey, man, you're going to have to bounce. She's not here. And he was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, no, because she's in San Diego. It's cool when you're. And he was like, dude, I prepaid 3 months of rent for the couch.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't her couch. Oh. It was our living room couch that she was leasing out to him, unbeknownst to us. Yeah. And he was cool, so we didn't mind. But it was just like it was just like, and that put me in the sight how reality people are, And I was just like, oh, okay. And then it's like, oh, this is like if you look at it through that lens, you're like, oh, okay, this is what you're dealing with the Trump character.
I grew up on The Apprentice. Like me and my dad would watch every episode.
Oh, okay.
And like I remember as a kid,
it was fun.
It was great TV.
It was fun.
I remember as a kid thinking Trump was like really smart and cool because
you were younger.
I was a child, and so I'm getting into the mind of MAGA here, into the child brain.
Texas.
But every episode he would descend from a helicopter. He would walk out of the helicopter. He would say something and then leave in the helicopter.
The word of God.
I was like, that's fucking cool. Yeah. Like this guy's awesome.
He would straighten out Meatloaf and Gary Busey's beef or whatever. Yeah,
exactly. So I always loved The Apprentice.
It was primetime television.
It was really good TV.
It was,
Omarosa.
Oh yeah.
I loved his little advisors. He had an old man and then like a blonde woman. And
that he probably grabbed by certain areas.
Probably. Honestly, she was probably too old for him.
Yeah. He liked the island types. Here we go.
I mean, his current mistress is like 22 years old.
Good for him. No.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's like his assistant, like the girl that like tweets for him, that he like dictates.
Oh, the one that walks behind.
That's who it is.
God, could you imagine having to try to?
That's crazy.
Well, that's the other thing is if you read his truths. Thank you. They're in his talk. They're in his vernacular,
but
which
he's saying them out loud, and someone's
transposing them. Yeah, because there's always like a disconnect whenever you do the talk to text kind of vibe. I can't even do that with YouTube when you're trying to put anything in. Dude, this has been fun.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Where can people find you, man?
Yeah, so obviously Breaking Points is where we do the politics stuff, and you can follow me on Instagram. Watch my sketches there, or I have a YouTube channel, Choom Room. Choom Room YT
CHOOM.
Yeah, Choom Room, and that's I'm trying to get the YouTube flowing, so please subscribe there.
Yeah,
and this was a blast.
Are you doing live shows? Not much, or
no, not really, man. Just making the videos right now.
Are you? If you want me to, are you? What's the place? What's the place at Vermont and Sunset?
Vermont and Sunset.
Do you know the one I'm talking about? That there's like 2 rooms. I'll tell you about it off. I'll tell you about it off camera. Now. Anyway, dude, thanks for coming on. This has been fun. Bro. Fuck yeah. Guys, if you like the show, subscribe, content, all that shit. Write a good review on Apple. If you wanna get high and drink a seltzer water, do that on the thing. And it's called Good Feels. And if you want these without commercials, Patreon, get it a couple days early or when I get around to it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all that shit.
Go Knicks.
Go Knicks. Knicks and I don't know how many now.
It was 5.
5? 5, yeah. It ruined it whenever they did.
My mayor Muslim, my bagel Jewish.
Christian Dior, Christian Dior, Knicks.
Dior.
And then Trump had to fuck it up. Yeah. And even Trump, also, that was the first time my dad had ever watched an NBA game because they booed the hell out of Trump. Oh. And he was just like, all right, he watched game 5. I loved it. It was great. All right. Thanks, guys.
Support for Obnoxious Valid Points is not brought to you by Audible. Audible, are you too stupid to read a book? Have one read to you. You'll find no books or mentions of books at patreon.com/ovpoints.